Welcome and thank you for joining the presentation. Today we'll be talking about the sexiest sorcerer in history, Satoru Gojo. So, who is Satoru Gojo? Well, he's a man of many names. Here are some of them. The Honored One. This one was fucking self-proclaimed. At least Sukuna was called the Honored One by the narrator. No, Gojo, he had to do it himself. He sounds a lot like me. Maybe that's why I love him. Daddy. Alexa, play that one Usher song. You know what I'm talking about. Gocho, this is how I refer to him, because I'm part of his PR team. Go/Joe, this is how Sukuna fans refer to him, because they are not part of his PR team. And the blue-eyed, spectacular, earth-shatteringly beautiful, glorious king, or any variation on this name, anything to show just how beautiful, sexy, and powerful Gojo is. He's also known as the man with the best PR team, and I kid you not when I say this, I think if you put Gojo fans/fangirls in a room with literally any other fans of any other character in JJK or any other work of fiction ever, and told them to fight to the death, you know who's coming out. But the best name, his most important name, and the name I refer to him as, is the strongest. So what makes him so prominent? Why is Gojo so cool? Why do we talk about Gojo at all? Well, he's literally untouchable. He has one of the most cool and interestingly complex powers in recent anime/manga history. Of course, I understand it because I'm literally him, but Gege has had to bring on literal physicists to talk about his power, which does not bode well for Jujutsu Kaisen scaling. He has high destructive power. In a series that has relatively low destructive power, we like that Gojo's strongest attack doesn't even destroy a whole city, but it destroys buildings, and it's cool. Gojo's a strong guy. We like seeing hollow purple and blue and red. It's just fun. It's fun. We're blowing things up. Well, he's Jujutsu Einstein. This panel was right after one of maybe the coolest battle IQ scenes I have seen in a very long time. The one where Gojo shoots the red up into the sky and Sukuna has to call for his father Mahoraga. Daddy Mahoraga, save me. He's ripped. Need I say more? I mean, when Toji fucking stepped onto the screen for 5 seconds, he became everyone's favorite character just because he flexed his lats a little bit. Well, Gojo can also allegedly take over the world himself. And when someone says that about someone, you might think this character's pretty prominent in universe, considering there are 8 other billion people that you have to deal with. And he single-handedly birthed the meme known as Fraudkuna. What do I mean by this? Well, let's look at some examples. There's this one, where Sukuna is calling for his father, Mahoraga. There's this one, where Sukuna calls himself the fraudulent one. Or this one, where Sukuna is calling for the 10 shadows to save him. Or this one. Or this one. Or even this one. Because Sukuna, in fact, when fighting against Gojo, realizes that he's not built for this. I mean, just look at Sukuna's eyes. Although, I might have that face too if Gojo was literally touching my heart. And then he created one of the best memes of 2023 himself. People outside the JJK community know it, you know it, without me saying what it is indeed, nah, I'd win. So what has Gojo accomplished in universe? What have we seen him do on screen? Well, he became a god after first losing to a monkey, and this is when he proclaimed himself the strongest sorcerer in modern history, perhaps of all time. He failed his friend from becoming a lunatic. He did in fact become a genocidal psychopath who wanted to kill every non-sorcerer in the world. He did rip the head off of the true strongest, which is Jogo. We probably need a video about him. He got himself imprisoned for 3 years real-world time. There was a Twitter page following this. And he created the strongest PR team. Again, just by virtue of being sexy and strong, he created fans that I cannot explain to you how fucking psycho they are. And I think I'm psycho myself. But no, some of these people, You go on TikTok and look at Gojo edits. You'll see what I mean. Then he proceeded to talk a lot of shit and die. And then, on a more serious note, Gojo lost to all of his main antagonists. And I actually like this as a character. Let's go through him. Toji, first of all, a physical loss. He was overpowered as a teenager. He kind of lost tactically as well, where, Toji ended up stabbing him not only through the chest, but the neck, brings it down through the legs, and then the head. And it delivers Gojo his first loss of the series in a humiliating fashion. He lost to Geto mentally just by not being able to change his ideals, and you can see him sitting on the stairs here like he just failed the final. I know how that feels. To Kenjaku, who took over Geto's body, as I'm sure we all know. He suffered one of the more embarrassing tactical losses because he was way stronger than anyone in Shibuya, but, narrative. And to Sukuna, basically all of them. He was embarrassed and ended up like I like my sandwiches, which is cut in half. Rest in peace, Gojo. In conclusion, what can we say about Gojo? Well, He is a layered and complex character with many flaws, and we did not think this at the start of the manga, we did not think this at the start of Season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen, but we know now that he is indeed a character with flaws and is complex, and that's why we love him. He's one of the most memorable New Age characters for a similar reason, one of the more popular characters in anime manga currently. Everyone knows this. We know that Gege wrote himself into a corner. Obviously, the writer of JJK likes to suck off Sukuna and kill Gojo over and over in many ways. That's why he was in prison. That's why he died to Toji. That's why he died to Sukuna. But if narrative was not on the King of Curses side himself, I think we know who would have won. He's a fan favorite for the reasons I mentioned above. He did create the Fraudkina memes and the greatest meme of 2023, perhaps. But most importantly, he's the strongest, and we love him. And far after JJK is done, we'll still be saying he's coming back. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing for more content like this. Paste down below what you think of Gojo Satoru. Are you part of his PR team or Sukuna's team? And if you have any ideas for future PowerPoints. I'll see you guys next time.